Hello everyone, I just got the drums done. Maybe I'll play a quick clip of them going right now just so you can hear what I got going, just showing, you knowing. Anyway, but next up is the bass, and I got some new strings. I want to put them on the bass, so starting a fresh album, and it's going to be great. I'm not going to show you me putting the strings on the bass because it's incredibly boring, but I do want to talk to you about my kind of gear situation because I have two basses and I don't like having excess. So it's like the other one's my brother's bass, so I can't get rid of it. This one is like a lot nicer. It's a Fender P bass and I am going to use that. So I'm thinking maybe I can, if my brother's bass can handle it, drop it down to bead, B-E-A-D, so I'd have a bass like that to go with my baritone. Not that I plan on using that kind of in its traditional way anyway, or I don't know, but same thing with his acoustic. I know someday I'm gonna have to buy a good acoustic, and his is really cheap. I love the way it looks, it's all beat up, but maybe I can make that into the, is it Nashville tuning, the one where it's like all the high strings, so that way if you pair it with an acoustic, it makes it sound like a 12 string. And I just don't like having excess, but right now I've got my 12 string, I've got my baritone also, and I've got the Trinity of Strat, a Tele, and a Les Paul, and then I have my gigging main axe. I like to call that my everything Tele, and I have that Strat with the everything axe set up in it as the backup, both in the dual mono case. But then it's like, right now I'm good. I think I can capture 90% of the tones I'd ever want, but I want to talk to you about expansion past that. You got your 3 guitars if you can only have 3 guitars, and I've got that. What would I pick if I went to 5? So here we go. So my Trinity takes me 90% of the way. And everyone always says like, oh, if you could only have 3 guitars. And I believe that's it right there, But if I wanted to go further, if I could only have 5 guitars, well, I would get a P90 SG. Pete Townsend used one for a while, I think around the Tommy era. And I think getting the P90s in there and having a kind of an iconic guitar like that would be really cool. The other one would be a hollow body Gretsch with the Filtertrons. Have something like George Harrison used to play in the Beatles. It'd be really cool. I'd get the Filtertron sound, I'd get the P90 sound, I'd have a hollow body, and I think that would get me to 95%. You got diminishing returns, so of course it's going to get smaller and smaller. If you wanted to nail me down to a top 7, if I can only have 7 guitars, this list goes to 10 by the way, I would say a 335 style guitar. So it's like a semi-hollow, the humbuckers. I was looking at that Epiphone, that would be a good option. And I think that would be great. I think that, and then the other one would be a Jaguar, really small scale, very plinky guitar, indie, grungy guitar. That would get me to 97% of the way, I believe. Just progressively getting smaller and smaller. And if you wanted to nail me down to a top 9, like I said, this gets the 10, I'd say a Dan Electro for those lipstick pickups. I have Dan Electro with lipstick pickups, but it's a 12 string. And I think it'd be cool to have just a normal 6 string, just to have that sound. It's really thin, interesting pickups. Let's just say that. And then I'd go with the Jazzmaster for the soap bar pickups. I had a Jazzmaster I gave to Nando. I put a humbucker in it, a JB in the bridge. I put a hum canceling Seymour Duncan single coil in the neck, and I put it underneath the pickup covers. And it was a really cool guitar for that, but I really liked the regular Jazzmaster pickups, the soap bars. They just had a cool fatness to them, and yeah, I'd want to get that again. And then finally, for number 10, to get me to 100% of my sounds, because I think after that, I'll be buying guitars just for looks. And it's just, I'll have everything kind of covered. It would be a gold foil guitar, because that's been like, I've been hearing about them for the last couple years, and I don't even know what a gold foil sounds like, to be honest, but it's supposed to be kind of like a fridge magnet and a pickup, and it sounds interesting. Why not? And that would be number 10. I believe at that point, there shouldn't be any tones I'd be missing out on. And after that, like I said before, it would be all looks. It'd be like, ooh, that's a really good looking finish on that guitar. I gotta have that, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to get to that point because I feel like whatever money in my dream to buy all these guitars, if I got that far, I figured it'd be better spent somewhere else. So anyhow, this is it for this video. It was a little different. I hope you liked it. Next week, I'm not sure. It might just be a check-in video because the video I want to do next is how my everything Telly compares to my Les Paul, my brother's Strat, and my green Telly, and how it can kind of do and not do the sounds of those three guitars, and the strengths and compromises you get from a all-in-one. Well, I guess I'll see what you kind of can't do. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and have a good one.